Happy Friday, everyone. Welcome to Bearcats Daily. I am your host, Blake Thornton. Special thank you to Fan Arts for making this possible, and thank you to our servicemen and women for their service to our country. It is Friday. We wear red. Red means remember everyone deployed, so of course we wear red on this Friday. We're starting off today with some big news. UC has got a home-and-home matchup scheduled and agreed upon with Michigan State. It will be a 2-year contract for games. They are going to play 2030. They will play at Nippert for the first one, and then 2031 we will be at Lansing, Michigan for the second one. Reason this should make you excited is we're getting major conference teams in our non-conference schedule. So, like this year, we have Boston College. It's an ACC school. Most people know Boston College, but they're not really, one of those premier football leagues or teams anymore. So, while it's still a big name for them, it's not the same. We're getting a top 10 team coming into Cincy. Hopefully Michigan State's playing well by that point, so they're still ranked they're ranked in the top 10. That way when we take them down, it'll look much better on our resume at the end of the season for the college football playoff. Of course, by then, 2030, we could have 48 teams in the college football playoff, so it kind of might be irrelevant by that point, really, what our big wins are. But we'll give them the benefit of the doubt, say we need the win, and we'll get to play a big-time school in a big-time game at Nippert Stadium. Even better if it'd be prime time. Would love to see it. But exciting news to start the day with that, getting them into town. I honestly can't wait. Probably be one of the games I do attend in person to see. Of course, getting to see Michigan State play UC, it'd be a great time. So make sure you get ready, get excited for that, and we'll check it out in 2030 when they come to town. Now, of course, as you know, yesterday we went over that we have new offensive coordinators, but there are two, and we only went over one. So we're going to kind of go over our second offensive coordinator today moving forward. Pete Thomas is our second co-offensive coordinator. He worked under Satterfield at Appalachian State for a couple years, and then wound up working under Satterfield at Louisville as well. He became the quarterback's coach for Louisville during his time there under Satterfield, and I would say did pretty well. Got Malik Cunningham to have a 1,000-yard rushing season in 2021, threw for just shy of 3,000 passing yards and 19 touchdowns. He did get to become the sixth quarterback in FBS history to pass for 9,000 yards and have 3,000 yards of rushing in his career. Just the sixth quarterback to ever do that in FBS history. So right off the bat, he comes in as a quarterback coach and elevates Malik Cunningham to a status that very few people have obtained. Now, can you give all the credit to Pete for his success? No. But under his first season, he goes out, puts out 1,000 rushing yards as a quarterback, almost 3,000 passing yards. Can't ask for much more than that in terms of success. So he then comes to UC in 2023. His first year, he coached Emory Jones. I don't know if y'all remember him. He was our quarterback in between Desmond and Brendan Sorsby. But they finished as leaders in the Big 12 in total offense in 2023. And then in 2024, Pete Thomas, our quarterback's coach, becomes the coach of Brendan Sorsby, who had just transferred in from Indiana. And as we know, Sorsby would go on to become one of the top quarterbacks in college football. He was the only player in 2024 to not only throw for 425 yards, but also have 125 yards rushing in a game. So right off the bat, we developed Sorsby, who already had talent, but obviously he was able to mold it and bring it to life and allow it to thrive here at UC under his quarterback coaching. 2025, as we all know, he leads the Big 12 in average yards per play at 6.9. That ranked 9th nationally, by the way. So even though it was a bit of a struggle by the end of the season, don't forget, there are times our offense was clicking. 6.9 yards per play, ranked 9th in the country. Pretty solid. Sorsby would throw for 36 touchdowns, which was one off Desmond Ritter's record, school record of course, 37. Record-breaking season, basically. Can't ask for much. I mean, obviously they didn't win on the back end, but that can come down to a lot of things. But Sorsby was doing good things. Will that translate to being an offensive coordinator? Time will tell. Unfortunately, there's a lot of wait and see right now with everything going on and all the changes that were made to the coaching staff. I don't know how the co-coordinating will go. I can't say I'm a fan of it, as we've discussed, but I'm willing to let the results speak for themselves. Let's let them see what they're doing as we progress. And if it's working, great. If it's not, let's make changes. And, hopefully they have that ability and integrity to be like, listen, this is not working for us. We need to make changes, and they figure it out. So we'll see. Excited for it, though. Both of our offensive coordinators at their respective positions, remember, O-line for Caldwell, and now we have a quarterback for Pete Thomas. What you can't we haven't had anything but success from those positions while they've been our coaches. So time will tell. I'm excited to see it. Looking forward to it. No doubt about it. Hopefully Pete Thomas and Caldwell can get our offense clicking and moving forward like the baseball team has been clicking this entire season. I want to kind of point out something. We lost two of our best players, probably in school history, close to, in Carrington Cross and Landon Verderick. Excuse me. If I pronounce that wrong, I apologize. But you got to remember, last season they went 33-26, make the College Baseball World Series tournament. They get in, and then they lose two of their best players. Fast forward to this year with 6 games left. They are 34-17. So we've already improved. Hopefully. 6 games left. Obviously the record could still be close. But I'd say they've improved. And that's with guys like Quentin Coates, who, our first baseman, was ranked by D1 Baseball as the number 1 first baseman in the Big 12. And also with our catcher, Jack Natili. They ranked Jack Natili as the number 1 catcher in Big 12. So we got the best first baseman and the best catcher. Okay, cool. Well, we got to hope we build around them, right? Obviously, they've got enough supporting staff and pitching and other hitters on the field to where they are able to succeed. And that comes down to coaching and showing that a program is sustainable. This program is becoming a winning, sustainable team, and that is something that this school has been dying to see in all sports, and I'm excited to see that we have another sport bringing themselves up to that level. Just like the men's golf team, they got into the NCAA tournament for golf. They're going to be a 10 seed in the Bryan Regional. That'll start off coming up. Congrats to them. Awesome to see more teams competing into the postseason tournaments, and I hope that's contagious and spreads to every team at UC. Would sure give me a lot more to talk about, and that would be an exciting thing. We have a basketball transfer in. Akai Fleming came from Georgia Tech. He's a 6'4". He was a freshman last year, 6'4" guard. He will be transferring in for UC. He averaged 10.4 points a game, 3.2 rebounds, and an assist per game. He was a 4-star recruit when he was coming out of high school. So, I'd say that's a heck of a pickup and a great transfer portal pick. Calhoun is really working that portal to bring in guys with young, raw talent to mix in with some of the experienced veterans that he has on this roster already. It really is a thing to behold, and I hope everyone's excited for it because it's given us more and more to cheer for, more and more to talk about, and that's always a good thing. The more we have to talk about, the more we have to be excited for, the better our day is. And I can't. What more can you ask for as a UC fan? But coming into yesterday's fan question, there were a lot of questions approached to me about why my over-under total was what I had predicted at 6.5. And I kind of gave a little bit of a brief overlay. We're going to go ahead and we're not going to break them down in depth, but I'm going to kind of show you where my thoughts are on our win-loss record going forward. So, I said I think we start 4-0 to start the season. We have 4 straight home games. We start off with Boston College, whose football team barely has, 4 wins this season right now. They are struggling a little bit, so I think we start off hot. Then you have Western Carolina coming into town. Should be a win there. Miami of Ohio, probably at Paul Brown, or there are rumors it'll be at TQL Stadium against Miami of Ohio. So neutral site, but it's still Cincinnati, so no concerns there. Having been to TQL Stadium, I think that would be a great atmosphere for a football game. If they are able to pull it off, that'll be neat to see. Then you got Kansas State coming to town. First Big 12 opponent. I like to think that we're building off that success from the 3-0 start. In our non-conference, I think we would get a win against Kansas State, and everyone's riding high. Then we go on the road for 2 games. Arizona. We're still hot. It'll be our first road game of the year. Boys will be jacked up. Hopefully French is playing well at this point, and we've got a run game back. I've got us beating Arizona. It's a little generous, but I think we can go 5-0 to start the season. And then we go at West Virginia University. I think we see our first loss of the season there. West Virginia's a tough team, especially playing at West Virginia. It's a tough atmosphere. I think we might see our first loss there. The continuity of the team may show through, and we drop. Then we come home to play Texas Tech. Now, even if Sorsby is not playing, their backup quarterback who's recovering from an ACL is still a great quarterback. He's still talented, can still throw the rock, and I think Texas Tech has enough weapons, both offensively and especially on the defensive side of the ball, even with all the guys drafted, that they are going to be a very tough team and will still be in the top 3 by the end of the season, regardless if Sorsby's their quarterback or not. Losing at Nippert's never fun, but I think Texas Tech comes on the road and gets it done. And then Utah, who is my pick to win the Big 12 this year. I think that Utah coming into town as well. It's going to be rough, but we lose 3 in a row. 3 in a row, 2 of them at home. Then we go on the road again for 2. Actually, we're going to go on the road for our last 3 out of 4. Remember, this month of November is rough on our schedule. We're at Houston. I think 3 losses in a row. Satterfield's seat's getting pretty hot. Guys are a little bit frustrated. I think they come out in Houston and dominate the ball, and I think we get a win there. We steal a win in Houston on the road. We then go to at Iowa State, who's got one of the most volatile offenses in the Big 12 and possibly the country, even without their running back being gone. Iowa State gets the win. We lose. Come home for senior night against Colorado. Colorado is, what's the best word? Even at their best, they were overrated. Let's put it that way. We get a win. Plain and simple, we get a win against Colorado at home on senior night, and we wipe our feet with it. But then we go to close out the season against who might finish the second in the conference or possibly win it. They've returned the most starters in college football. It's BYU. I just don't think we get the win there. BYU is returning 63% of snaps from last season. That kind of continuity in terms of guys playing with each other on the field, down after down, that pays dividends long term. And I think they're going to be a dangerous team this year. Look for them to be ranked in the top 5, I think, by the end of the season if they just go out and handle business, as I think they will. So for that question that I answered, I said the over-under would be at 6.5 and that I was on the under. Well, we're starting out 5-0. We're starting out 5-0 for what my prediction is. Losing 3 in a row and then getting a win at Houston and a win at Colorado has us at 7 wins. I do think that is our ceiling probably 4 wins this season. I definitely don't want it to be less. Obviously, we all want a team to win. We want a team to cheer for. With the back end of the schedule and the talent and caliber of weapons that these teams have, it's going to be tough for a team that basically is rebuilding all of its main leadership points moving forward into that season. So only time will tell. We'll keep an eye on it for sure here on this channel. I want to thank everyone that watches. I want to thank my subscribers. Please make sure, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Leave thoughts, questions in the comments. Give me something to answer and talk about on the show for you guys. And until then, I hope everyone has a great weekend. God bless our troops. God bless America. Take care, y'all.